Today we are going to talk about B-roll. What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I am home from tour. I've actually been home for about 2 weeks now, spending some time enjoying it with the family, getting some client work done, building CRJ Productions to be a bigger and better business, adding some people to my staff, and all sorts of things to end the year and to kick off the new year as well. Between booking weddings, booking more tours, starting to put out more videos, and going out and doing more shoots, and all that stuff. Just, it's all about growing. That's what it's all about, is making new leaps and bounds to grow the business and putting my 100% effort into growing this thing, because this year has been such a blessing with where I started. From living in my truck with nothing to my name, being alone, to having a wonderful girlfriend who has 2 kids and they're just amazing, to having a business that's been growing and having awesome clientele and making awesome friends and connections and having some great opportunities to remember and to learn and grow from. It's just been a huge blessing. So thank you guys for all of the support. It means more to me than you guys know. And I say that all the time, but from the bottom of my heart, I do appreciate all of the support that you guys give me, all of the feedback, all of the continued work. Thank you guys so much for everything. But with that being said, guys, today we are going to talk about B-roll. I have some people ask me what it is, how to get the best footage when filming. So that's what we're going to talk about today. The first thing you have to do when shooting good B-roll is to set up your camera settings properly. You need to set them to have 60 frames per second to shoot. Not 30, not 24, 60 frames per second or more. Most cameras do 60 frames per second, 120 frames per second. That's pretty average. I'm shooting on my phone right now, and my phone goes up to 60 frames per second to shoot the best video that I need. So you may be asking, what does the frames per second matter? A video consists of frames, pictures that move quickly in order to create a video. So if somebody shoots in 30 frames per second and slows it down, you may have seen really crappy slow-mo videos where it's really choppy. It's either A, the person slowed it down way too far for the frame rate, or B, they shot it in less than 60 frames per second. So when you shoot it in 30 frames per second, in that 1 second timeline, you have 0 seconds, 1 second. If you're fitting 30 frames in that second, when you slow it down, it kind of cuts it in half. You're stretching it out. Stretch it out to 50% the speed, you're getting only 15 frames per second. So it's really slow. Now if you have 60 frames, obviously it makes it smoother. 120 frames even smoother, and you can slow things down way slower than if you were to shoot in 30 frames per second. Now there are some high-speed cameras that shoot in 1,000 frames a second that you can slow that thing down to 2% and it almost doesn't change anything. Like, it looks really clean and really good. So when you're shooting with a regular camera, the best option to choose is anything more than 60 frames per second to get the smoothest B-roll footage possible. Now the second thing you need to do when having good B-roll footage is to tell a story. I'm going to tie that one into the third tip. The third tip to having good B-roll footage is just to be creative. You can do B-roll footage anywhere. And I mean anywhere. You can see I'm out here just on a middle of nowhere in a riverbank. Let me show you some good B-roll footage from right where I'm standing. So check this out in 3, 2, 1. So guys, that's how you get some good B-roll footage. What you have to do is you have to tell a story on where you're at. If you're gonna get B-roll footage anywhere you go, you have to tell a small story, whether it's you're walking to the car, whether you're walking to that spot over there. That's what that B-roll footage is about, which is me walking from here 20 feet that way. That's it. But the importance of having B-roll in your vlogs, in your videos, is to help the story along with whatever you're doing. It helps fill in pieces that can't be said, helps give people a visual representation on the travel, the journey, and something else to look at other than having to listen to you talk or explain. It just helps tell the story without words. That's what B-roll footage is about. And the last tip to getting good B-roll and using good B-roll footage is to find good copyright music. Not only finding the music, but finding music that fits the video and the mood and the vibe that you're going for. So whatever you're trying to portray, if it's supposed to be fun and happy, find some copyright-free music that's fun and happy. If you're trying to make it moody and dark, maybe find some ambient tones. If you're trying to make it more progressive and fast, use some copyright rock or rap, whatever you want to, just find something that's copyright-free. There's plenty of songs on YouTube that you can find and download and use, just like I used for this one. That's also one of the most key important parts to having good B-roll, is when you have the best music that fits the vibe and you line up the shots through the music. People are going to want to watch it, more people are going to enjoy it. It's going to get people intrigued and into your videos. So guys, I'm going to end this video. So just remember, no matter what the world has to say, tomorrow is a brand new day. The choice is yours to go out and be more. See you guys.